Hello everyone. In the previous videos, we introduced how can we set up the screen and how can we set up the toggle button, momentary button. Until now, for learning and test purpose, maybe it already covered 80% or 90% even. But in actual cases, we need to download the program into the controller, and probably we will connect one display, one touch panel to connect to this controller, for example, CX9020 controller. And we will use this touch panel display to join the HMI screen. So in this video, we will mainly talk about how can we set up the main screen, let the system, when it's boot up, to automatically call the main screen. And especially in this main screen, we need a header and need a navigator area to navigate different other screens. We could call that a screen structure. So from this main screen, we can jump to the different other screens. Okay, let's start. So firstly, let's create one screen. We name main screen. So create one visualization. We call that main screen. Okay, and then we set the same size. For example, I will select the specified. I can set 800 times 600. That is the fixed size. Okay, and this is our main screen. That means when the HMI boot up, so this main screen is the first screen we need to call. And then from this main screen, we do need the header and the navigator buttons. So let's make this header first. The header would be used for every screens. So it runs as a reference screen. And in next step, let's specially create another screen. It called header screen. And the width could be the same as this screen, but it only takes the header area. So let's create another screen. Visualization. And this time we call that header. And the header we can set the size specified, and the size, the width is still 800, but the height could be just 80. And from this header, most of the cases, we put logo here, for example, your company's logo, and the time and date on the right side, and the title in the middle. So we will basically separate this header into 3 segments. So firstly, let's set this entire area into 3 segments. So go to Toolbox and find out rectangular. Okay. And the second one could be used for the title. Okay. This is the second one. And third one could be locate the username or the time. Okay. So we set up this entire area into 3 segments. Okay, so let's put a logo at this area. So from this PLC hierarchy, let's create one folder at first. Right click, click add, and one new folder. And I can call that images. We can import all the pictures under this folder. And then right click, click add, and click this existing item. And then browse the images you want to import. For example, my images under this directory, and click this icon, click this JPEG or PNG file. Okay, after we import this image, let's go back to this visuals, this folder, and click the right click, and click add, and click this image pool. Let's leave this default name image pool. We can see this image pool can organize all the existing images we import. So firstly, we can name this image file. So it can code logo underscore EAH. Okay. And then let's browse the file name. And because we import this icon, this image into this images, this folder. So let's go to browse my project. And let's go to this my project directory, PLC HMI. This is the PLC HMI project folder. And then go to the images. Because we import this image before, so this JPEG file is import here. Okay, let's click this open. So with this image pool, we can connect this ID name and this actual image together. And then let's go to the header, this screen. And let's drag this image, this component, drag to here. And then this import assistant will show up. Let's click this image pool here. So we will see my icon is showing here. And then click this image and click the OK. Okay, so and then let's resize this and put to this corner. Okay, also we can set a different background color for this header. For example, I can click this and click this colors and go to the background field color here. So I can set to a dark color. For example, select this dark gray. So for demonstration. And the middle also we can set to dark gray. Okay, dark gray. And this dark gray. Usually the right side we can put a time and date, and we can temporarily hit the save. And then let's go to the main screen. And at this main screen, to import this header we just created, then we can go to the toolbox and select this frame. So let's drag it out. It will ask us which screen we want to select. So let's select this header. So that means this header will be filled into this frame. Or you can go to this reference, click this config, and click this header, and click this add. Okay, then we will add this header to this frame. Click OK. So we will see this header screen will be imported into this frame. And then we can resize it. Also, we can directly set the width and height. For example, the width is 800 and the height is 80 we set before. And then we can move to this frame to the top. And after this, we can copy to other screens. For example, this screen 1, we can paste here, and we can organize other elements. And copy this to screen 2. And same thing, let's move them away first. And paste here. And after this copy, if we want to change this header, we do not need to change every screen. We just need to change this header only. So let's go back to the header. For example, let me resize this rectangular. My logo is a square, so I'm gonna move to the left and make this frame a little bit small. Okay, so I resize this, and after I click this save, and then let's go back to the main screen. So we will see it changed all. Go to the screen 1, so you can see that it changed automatically for all other screens it used this frame. And after this, at this area, this title area, we can drag the text, and for different screen, their title will not be the same. So for example, for this main screen, I can go to the toolbox, and this title, I can drag one label, drag a label. So we can name it main screen, and change the size and the color. Change to white, and then change the size. For example, we can also click this. Okay, we can change the size, go to 28, for example. Okay, this is the main screen title. And then we can copy this title and paste to other two screens and change the title name. Okay, screen 1. Let's paste here and change to screen 1. Okay, screen 1. And then copy this to screen 2. Paste here and change to screen 2. Okay, this is the header. So header will be commonly used for every HMI screen. It runs as a title, logo, and the time, or this area can locate some indicators or some important messages. For example, alarm messages at this area. Okay, this is the header. And same thing at the bottom of each screen. We do need one area to locate buttons can jump to the different screen. I call that navigation area. We will use the same idea. Firstly, let's right-click, create one screen. So visualization. And we can call that Navi. Okay? And let's set the size of this screen. Okay, so we can set specified and the size, the width 800, and the height could be a little bit shorter, for example, just a 50. Okay, and then we can locate some buttons at here. For example, go to the toolbox and find out the button. Okay, the first button we can name it to screen 1. And the functions, go to the input configuration, click this config, and click this change shown visualization. And assign, let's select the screen 1. This is the first screen navigation button. And next one we can put at here. And we can change it named screen 2. Okay, and this screen will jump to the screen 2. Okay, double click this area because we copied from the screen 1. So we can directly change screen 2, this name. Enter. Okay, and then let's go back to the main screen. And the main screen, same thing, go to the toolbox, find this frame, drag to here, and let's select this Navigator, this screen, and click this add. Okay, click OK. Okay, and then let's resize. So its width is 800, height is 50. Okay, so we can see for each screen we have the header and we have the navigator area. If we copy this area into other screens, for example, the screen 1, paste here. Okay, this is screen 1. Same thing, go to screen 2, paste here. Okay, and then let's go back to the navigator, this small screen, and let's add one home button. That home button allows us to go back to the main screen. Put to the right side, we can call that main screen. And the main screen, so go to the input configuration. Double click this mouse down and change shown visualization. And here we can change this assignment to the main screen. Main screen, double click. Okay, we change to main screen. Okay, and after this change, if we jump back to the screen 1, so we can see this button is automatically added into different screens. And now we basically set up this HMI structure. We set up this main screen, set up the header, and set up this navigator, this area. And then we go to the visualization manager. And from this manager, we want to config cite this main screen as our actual main screen, the first code screen. And once we start up this HMI project, so we want to use this main screen as our first screen to run. Then we need to right click, click this add, click this target visualization. Okay, target visualization. Okay, once we set up this, it will show up start visualization. And from here, we can click this button, browse which screen we can run as the first. So we can select this main screen. And keep in mind that this update time, by default, it is 200 milliseconds. That's enough. And also we can see after we create this, from this task area, it will automatically create one visualization task. And this task cycle time, that is 200 milliseconds. If your HMI is a heavy workload, so you can increase this update time, for example, to 500 milliseconds. That can decrease the workload of the CPU. And also keep in mind this test input, most of the cases in actual project, we will use touch screen. So when we use the touch screen, select this touch screen, and we will check this box to hide the cursor, because we don't want the cursor and the touch function conflict each other, right? But if you are going to use your laptop for testing purpose, we need the cursor, so you can uncheck this temporarily. And keep in mind, by default, this will be checked that named start client on startup. That means once we boot up this PLC and once this PLC start, so this HMI will automatically start up. In most of the cases, we will check it unless you want disable this startup. So for example, once the system start, we want to keep at the configuration mode, keep in the Windows mode at first, and maybe after 20 or 30 seconds, we can call the HMI.exe execution file and call and run and start up this HMI file. So some cases we could do this, but most of the cases we will automatically call and start up the HMI. Okay, and then let's go back to this visualization manager and look at here. Personally, I would like to check this, use current visual variable. So the detailed explanation for this, we can go to the website. We can go to the website for visualization manager setting at this page. And for this user current visual variable, once we check it, it will allow us to use the PLC code to call the specific HMI screen. And the style, we can select the different style. Okay, dialog setting. So this number pad we can select, and the keypad we can select this keypad style. Visualizations, you can check and uncheck the screen. And user management. Okay, after this, we can save all and build the project. Before we build the project, I highly recommend you see one page from the website and check out the PLC, check out this hierarchy under the PLC create a visualization and check out this variant PLC HMI, this page. This page explains how can we call, how can we automatically start up the HMI project, especially the description for this. So before 4022, we need to manually configure this INI file. So we need to use the PLC code to program this directory and call the HMI, this Tc3PlcHMI INI file. But after 4022, especially the current version, it is 4024. Once we build this project, the system will automatically create the exe file and automatically call this PLC HMI. It saves us a lot of efforts. Here, keep in mind one thing. If your project was upgraded from one old version, for example 4022, and now you are going to use the latest version 4024, new version, and once you download this project to the controller, and when the controller start up, it will show double instant HMI startup. That's because the existing code still call the HMI file, but the new latest version automatically call another instant HMI. So keep in mind this. And this INI file is under this directory. Another thing, take care about this. Currently, we haven't built this project yet. So now, if we go to the license area, we will find the system is only using this PLC license now, because we haven't built up this project, even if we set up this target visualization. And after we build this project, we will find the system will automatically call the license, will ask us the license. Okay, let's go to build this project. Okay, now let's download, activate the configuration, and log in this project. We'll see, once we try to download this HMI, it will show some required runtime license missing. That's because we are using the official HMI. Let's close this message first, because now we are using this target visualization this way. It will officially create this HMI.exe file. And this time, if we go to the license, it will show this TF1800 PLC HMI license. So at here, we can click this 7 days trial license. We can temporarily use this 7 days trial license for testing and learning purpose. Okay. And once I shift back and forth, so it will show my expire days is 7 days after. Okay. And now I click this activate this configuration. Okay, start run mode. And then let's click this login. So once we log in, download this software area, so we will see this will pop up. That is our HMI project. So once we click this button, it will jump to the different screen. Now this is one individual HMI execution file behind. It will call and run this HMI.exe file, this application. And where is this application? If we go to find out this directory under the TwinCAT 3.1 Components Plc Tc3 PlcHMI under this directory, and actually is running this Tc3 PlcHMI.exe file. And then let's go to here, let's log out this project, okay, and shut down this application. And if we go back to this area, so we can see I create this shortcut. If I double click, it directly runs this HMI application file, runs this HMI project. That's why for this HMI style, so we do need a HMI license TF1800. Okay, this is a very common setting for setting up the screens, setting up the buttons, setting up the header and the navigator screens. Till this video, we used 4 videos briefly introduce how can we set up the PLC HMI by using the TwinCAT, this software. Hopefully, those 4 videos could provide some useful information for the new learner or for the new starter. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumb up. If you like to watch more videos in my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching.